What's up guys, it's Drac, and this is the Adventure Force Spectrum, and this is the Dart Zone Omnia Pro. And what would you get if you smashed them together? Well, you'd get something that cost about 40 bucks. You'd get something that was dropping next month on the 17th, August 17th, and you'd get something that looks a little bit like this. Hey, so this is the brand new Maxim Pro, and it is a really exciting platform. Camera glare aside, the Maxim Pro is a $40 primary class electronic pro grade blaster. So it's a little bit cheaper than DZP level stuff. It's a little bit more expensive than Adventure Force entry level stuff. This is going to be the, I think, default flywheel half-length shell blaster that you could buy right off the shelf and be competitive right out of the gate. Ages 14 and up, claiming that it'll shoot up to 150 feet. We will put it over the chronograph and put that to the test. But the question, of course, is, other than what the box says, which is that it comes with 12 darts, it comes with a single magazine, you get the blaster itself, a stock, what appears to be the ability to remove the stock, some very low profile sights, safety, rev trigger built into the grip, and the ammo release, finger protective eyewear. What does that all look like when it's out of the box and assembled? Let's crack it open. Whew. All right, this thing is so cool. Takes a lot of batteries. So this bad boy is running a 8 AA battery setup. So factor that into your cost or buy some rechargeables. Put a link down in the description box below. But the Maxim Pro is everything that I wanted a Pro Stryfe to be in an affordable compact package. It's clear. You get an awesome look at the motor setup, the flywheel setup. I think clear blasters are so cool. I have always really liked them, going back to like the Fire Tech bows, and of course the Fire and Ice Sonic series in the original N-Strike line. But we've got a lot of surprises in this blaster. One thing that I think might be a hiccup for some people, but an overall very organic kind of feel this has. Beveled edges, they're rounded just about everywhere. Not quite symmetrical, which harkens back to the Stryfe days, but you do get an interesting sort of dichotomy. It's got a pre-bumped out motor cover here with open air vents. So that's gonna give you more motor cooling, a little bit louder, but you have more motor cooling on this side. There are vents in the shell over the flywheels. That's the kind of thing that, like, this is for outdoor play certainly, but you would never wanna leave it outside. Back here you have an N-Strike compatible stock port, which is really cool if you happen to love your old school N-Strike stuff. And then this is interesting because you have a buffer tube adapter. This is such a bare bones, plain and simple N-Strike 2 buffer tube. You could put any M4 stock on here, but they've given you a pretty simple one with multiple levels of articulation. They're giving you some serious SMG feel. How much pressure can you put behind the stock? Well, enough. Given this is the only one I'll have for a while, I don't want to do anything too crazy, but that was plenty of force, and I felt very comfortable tucked in and shouldered. Now, the trigger is comfortable. It's got a single mag release here, kind of AK style window through the mag well. Not sure what the logic there is, other than it prevents you from having to have a jam door up top. You could clear all of your jams by getting your finger in through there. So this is clearly for ages 14 and up, because you need, you know, a level of expertise and not doing anything foolish with it in order to appreciate, I guess, the performance and the features of this product. So a very interesting entry into the category just in that way alone. Does not appear to have a safety, but it does have a rev switch in a very interesting pattern. So the rev switch is almost a 1911 safety. It's a grip rev switch, and that's gonna take some getting used to. If you're used to using your middle finger to hit a rev switch, if that's where your muscle memory is at, this is very different. Instead, when you wanna rev, you kind of have to squeeze. Now, it is omnidirectional. You can do it with your left or right hand, as it is a completely symmetrical control suite. I can't get over how translucent it is. It is so very cool. Flywheels appear to have concavity to them. Very interesting that they've adopted that, but we've seen that in the standard from various Pro blasters, which cost way more than the Maxim Pro. Over here you have a little hearkening to the Nexus Pro. Hopefully you guys pick up on it. This is the same camo pattern on both sides, just printed on to the Maxim Pro that we saw on the Nexus Pro when it got its kind of Technicolor camo. And I really dig that the way that they print, the ink has depth and texture to it. So this carbon fibery pattern back here has like a physical carbon fiber kind of feel to it. Just very interesting, very novel. Up top, like I said, low profile sights, but easy to swap them for an optic that you like more. This is clearly meant to be a modular platform with a lot of room for people to adapt it however they might love it. This is the safety. There is a safety. You can lock the trigger with this switch, which is hidden down in the grip. I barely noticed that. That's so subtle. It does have an indicator on it though. It says on, push in. So on, push in, off, pull out. Very, very cool. Magwell feels good. You've got a small amount of pick rail here for a laser or a light. Personally, I like to tuck in and hold my magazine like this, so I think that it's an excellent grip for that. You could add an AFG in here if you needed more purchase, but that makes it really easy to tuck in and handle your reloads like so. None of that matters if it isn't performing very well. It is a semi-auto flywheeler after all, which means that it needs to deliver the hits. It does one thing, and that's one dart per trigger pull. Let's see how smooth that is. We're gonna work our way entirely through this 12-round magazine, Talon compatible. We've got another, a worker mag here. Matches the plastic almost perfectly, a little spooky, but let's put a few down range and see what we're up against, and then we'll take it and throw it over the chronograph. This thing is cool. Let's go. All right, guys, so this is the one that I've been looking forward to putting over the chronograph the most. If it's a worthy successor to a pro level Stryfe, if this is gonna be the nexus of flywheel blasters, it's gotta put up some serious numbers. So we'll let it rev up to full speed. It revs up pretty quick, about a second to get all the way torqued up there. But we got the chronograph set up, we've got the target down range, we have a couple of magazines, we'll see if we can zombie land it for you here in a second. Let's put some over the magical number machine and see what it comes up with. Crank it down. 134, 149, 48, duplicate. You're getting that nice little puff of dart smoke as you fire through the magazine. Pretty cool, but looks like when fully spooled up, just under 150, which is remarkably consistent with what we saw in the box. I mean, a pretty spicy little blaster, certainly what you'd expect. Amazing when you consider that it's running on alkalines. Makes a guy wonder if there was some way, because if you look, and a clear blaster lets you see things like this, this is serious silicone gauge wire in here. It might be 18 or even 16 gauge wire going all the way through the blaster. I mean, it's just ripe to be keyed up. It is so cool. All right, let's put this last dart down range. Stock up, obviously. I think we're gonna aim for headshots this go. All right, that's down, that's up. Oh yeah, Tex would be proud. Pretty spicy. You have so much fun with it that you go through the magazines really quick. We need a drum magazine for this bad boy, but overall for me, this is a huge hit. I cannot wait to get it under my modding lens. I wanna take it apart, I wanna tinker with it, I wanna see what makes it tick. But first, I got a little bit more content that I want to make while it's still bright, shiny, stock, and new. I mean, you get a lot of blaster for $40, and it's so accessible with the alkalines. It'll be interesting to see if it's got any more secrets under the hood. The clear blaster has really revealed a lot of them to me already, but you never know. Dart Zone has surprised us in the past. Excited to take it apart, excited to make a mod guide for you. What are you guys most excited about in regards to this blaster? What do you want to see us make for it? What do you like about it? What do you hate about it? I mean, I am obviously very smitten, but I just think that it's a really cool addition to the platform and has a lot to offer the proverbial tinker. So I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think. Comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps the algorithm, keeps us fuerte. See you in the next one. Much love. Blast on, Drac out.